Okay, so we're going to learn how to do lotus hands. Lotus hands look like this. Once you get it, it's quite easy. Sometimes getting there is the hard part. So essentially what each hand is doing is a figure of 8. So here I'm leading the figure 8 with my pinky, keeping the fingers together, and there's a figure 8 happening there. I can also lead that coming up, open, switching to down and over. So now I'm leading the figure 8 with my pointer finger, keeping the fingers together all the time. So soft, smooth figure 8s. And it's happening from the wrist. Back the other way, leading with the pinky. So there's 2 figure 8s happening there. That's what happens when we put our hands together. We're going to lead with the pinky side with this one, and this hand is leading with the pointer. One hand follows the other. And back the other way. So what's happening there is that one hand is doing a figure of 8. This one is leading with the pinky. And this one, if that's leading with the pinky, this one is leading with the pointer. The figure of 8 comes up and down, unlike how I was doing it before. Putting them both together. And the wrists stay connected the whole time. So looking at it from a different angle, we're going to lead this one with the pinky. Our left hand follows, it's going on the same path, just a little bit later. Folding one down, wrists together and coming up. Another way of looking at it is we can break it down into a few different positions. So starting here with our lotus, try to keep your fingers fairly close together. The second move comes here, and our wrists are still touching. We then take the back of the hands together, this way, and then we repeat that second position, but the opposite way. So our wrists are just touching here, and then we come up. So it's 1, 2, 3, coming up. 1, 2, 3, coming up. So you can see the wrists remain touching, but where they're touching changes. You can go back the other way as well. 1, 2, 3, come back up. 1, 2, 3, come back up. One thing to watch out for is that neither of your hands ever comes into this space that's formed by your arms. There's a circle here. Wherever your arms are between your body, you cannot take your hands through this way. They always stay on the outside. So often I find that people get to here, going quite well, but what happens is this second hand wants to scoop through this way. Try to keep it, well, you have to keep it on the outside. So you get to 1, 2, keep this hand particularly on the outside. This one's leading the way, the second one just follows it around. And you can go back the other way. You may find one direction easier. So now this hand is leading. Coming up. So facing this way again, if you mirror what I'm doing. So this should be your right hand. Lead with your right hand, with the pinky, left hand follows, wrists together, coming back up. Reverse the direction, so leading this time with this hand will be your left, the right one follows along. Keeping them towards your audience all the time. Don't let those hands slip through the middle. And once you're confident and you do it quite quickly, that's when it starts to look really quite complex and tricky. So good luck with practicing the lotus hand.